The flag is down and away they go. So jumping out well quite nicely towards the outside with Yaslam Allah showing early pace. We see Gar Al Mali towards the inside with the red noseband on, travelling nicely. The grey horse just a little bit further wide there looks to be Imbaha getting involved too, and they're showing quite early speed. That's Windspree in those famous silver colours up there too. And towards the outside there, Haboob Al Khair. They race into the first turn going at around 66 kilometres per hour, and it's Gar Al Mali who is the early leader. Mojazale making the most of that inside draw as well, getting right on the rail and trying to sneak up on the inside, and will get that gap if Gar Al Mali isn't able to close. Windspree running a much better race than what we've seen earlier, and we're also seeing Salute Song. So all the low draws coming to the fore, and they've kicked away from the rest of the field. If you're on Ajazal, you're going to be a little bit concerned, but now the move is beginning to come. Look for the red colours towards the back of the screen. Down the inside though, Mojazale, the bird has maybe flown, has got out in front, and we're going to see in third Salute Song is trying to close down. Windspree is there right along the outside, finishing with a rare rattle with Noah, but not going to get there. They're going to get absolutely nowhere near Mojazale, who has absolutely skinned them. Gone from the front, got the rail, and got the win. Mojazale first, Noah second, and in third was Salute Song. That was an easy performance and an easy win from Mojazale.
They're off and racing for the second on the card, and good early pace from Skaeb, using some of that racecourse experience very well. Also prominent, Ready for Mischief, one of the leading fancies, and also up with the early speed is Shamastar. That's your leading trio, and they've already gone quite quickly clear of one or two towards the outer. Al-Kisai is quite prominent but very wide on the track. Then after that, Q-Tail, who's not got a bad position around about fifth spot. Then the red colours of Day Member. Field trailing back at the moment to Al-Shamek, who's just about the back marker. Also towards the rear of the field is Sakar, but they're going along at a pretty good clip here, and it's Skaeb that leads them in the blue colours, the grey horse, but up the inside, Shamastar, the blue colours, has now got on to lead Skaeb. These two have locked on from a long way out. Ready for Mischief has now moved into third spot. Bit to do there, but they might come back to him. And then after that, in fourth position, we've got one of the reserves, Night Moon, who's trying to stay on. Inside the closing stages they go. Shamastar, the leader, to a battling Skaeb in second, who's now not finding a great deal, and it's Shamastar by 4 or 5 lengths from the back of the field. Muafak is absolutely flying, but racing well inside the final furlong now. It's Shamastar by 4 or 5 lengths, and is going to take this out very nicely in the end. Shamastar a little bit tired in the run to the line, but has held on tight for second there. Another fast finisher was Sakar. Muafak very much on the scene. That one's for the judge. They're ready and they're off and racing for this 3-year-old contest over the 2,000 metres. Batal got away well, the grey, and is one of the early showers. Also up for the pace is Rumour there in the blue headgear, the blue cap. World Without End racing a little on the wide side, as you'd expect from that slightly wider gate. The black and white colours currently further towards the rear of the field. The back marker at the moment is Yahoom. So they continue to, well, I say sort themselves out. They're all sort of running in lanes at the moment as they get through the first 400 metres. Towards the outside, Al Sahim is coming through to just about take it up. Then Al Sheikha Sarah in the blue colours is also up with the pace. They're then followed by Batal, the grey horse there in the light blue colours, followed then in between by Rumar. Then up the inside, the red sleeves of Kier, towards the back of the field, Dasman, and also towards the rear, World Without End, who's last but one, and still at the back of the field is Yahoom. Gone through 800 metres in 49.28 seconds, and leading them is Al Sahim by about 3 lengths now to Kier, who's sneaking up the inside there in second position, followed then by Batal, the blue sheepskin noseband, the grey horse, then towards the outside, the blue cap of Rumar. Then towards the outer, trying to get a little bit closer now, is Al Sheikha Sarah. World Without End still got plenty to do for Ospina there towards the rear of the field, and Yahoom's never got into this at all. 1,200 metres in 1:14.97 seconds. They're starting to make the swing for home, and it's Al Shahim who continues to lead in the hands of Ahmed Al Tayyar. 4 or 5 lengths the advantage over Al Sheikha Sarah around the outside, who's moved into a clear second now. Then up the inside in third is Kier, who's tried to box on. Still nothing much from World Without End at the moment. Dasman is trying to stay on. They're down the lane now, though, and it's still Al Shahim who's going to take a bit of catching. Is now just beginning to get a little bit tired out in front. That stride is shortening. In second position, Al Sheikha Sarah. From the back of the field, the yellow headgear of Dasman, who's trying to get involved. But inside the final furlong they go, and it's Al Shahim who's clear and not for catching now. Al Shahim by 5 or 6 lengths and racing up towards the line has spread eagled the field. Al Shahim wins in the end very easily. And the fillies are off and racing. A very, very awkward start there from Saratoga. Mohammed Al Hubail has performed a minor miracle to keep the partnership intact there. Also very slowly away with Chamonix as they make their way through the early parts of the contest. A couple of wide-drawn horses are tracking across here, Hala Saud being one of them. Also coming across is Shalfai from a wide gate to try and get into a good posse. Another one that's gone forward is Faradar. Right up the inside there as well, Lucinda has got a decent posse right on the rail. Towards the outside then we have the striped sleeves of Farah Alanea, who's not too far away as well. So that's your leading cluster. Field trailing all the way back to Mashukat Najla, who's just about the back marker. Also towards the rear of the field is Salamar, as indeed is Hala Saud, as they make their way towards the turn into the home straight very shortly. And up the inside is Lucinda, just about the leader. In second place is Faradar. Then round the outside, Hala Saud, who's still not too far away. Then right round the outer as well, trying to get involved now, is Shathar, who's getting a good bit nearer as well as they start to make the swing and head on down the closing stages. And it's Farah Alanaya who's now hit the front. Farah Alanaya goes on quickly by a couple of lengths to in second position Shathar, who's trying to box on in second spot. Then after that in third, staying on as well, we've got Wadat Farah from the back, but it's Farah Alanaya that leads. Horse number 17 needs the line though. Finishing off very strongly now is Barka Al Jahara, and racing up towards the line, the 5 gets up to nab the 4. Barka Al Haraja the winner. Is not going to run. They've gone without the 4. The rest of them are racing for this local bred horses maiden contest. Good start made by Dahamat Alays. That flashes good early speed. Camillo's got Motawasi into a pretty prominent early posse as well. So too prominent in the run is Al Majd Matlubi. That's your leading trio. Also prominent is Hanaya in the check jacket, just pushing forward. Towards the near side is Morasil, another one in check colours there, the blue cap with the blue sleeves. Right round the outside in the green colours is Barak Alays, but it's Camillo Ospina who's grabbed this race by the scruff of the neck aboard Motawasi. Leads by a couple of lengths already to Al Majd Matlubi racing in second. Then up the inside in third position, trying to get a little bit closer, is Morasil. Right round the outside, one that makes a little bit of headway is Ash Ramadis. Towards the outer there, the light blue sleeves, but Motawasi has kicked clear of the field here. 8 or 9 lengths to the good over in second position Morasil, who's moved into that spot ahead of Al Majd Ararat Luby racing in third. They're all strung out in behind, inside the final furlong and a half now, and it's Motowasi, the selection of most of the pundits in the studio, well clear at the moment. To in second position, Morasil. Staying on from the back is Jaramat Al Arab, but racing up towards the line, this Motowasi is just in a different league. Motowasi first, the rest absolutely nowhere. Absolutely pulverised in the 10 horse there. Motowasi has scored. They're off and racing for our first purebred Arabian race of the day. A very pedestrian start from Qaid Aldam. That one is right back through the field in the early stages as they make their way through the first furlong or so. And it's Ibiat Al Suhaib who's prominent. Also there, Sahib Paris from a wide enough gate. Another one that's relatively prominent is Misk Albarak, the red cap. And then right towards the outside and prominent as well there looks to be Aldam, KNZ Aldam, as they make their way through the first 400 metres towards the back of the field at the moment. Well, still the very slow starting Qaid Aldam. Another one towards the back of the field is Princeo Awam, and also towards the back is KNZ Aldam as they start to make the turn, and they're heading towards the closing stages pretty shortly. And it's Ibiat Al Suhaib in the hands of Wigberto Ramos, who leads them at the moment, to Misk Albarak racing in second. Right round the outside are Rams Gudar in the blue colours. The grey horse there making really serene headway to go and join this long-time leader. So it's Rams Gudar who sweeps into the lead. But here now comes Kahila Aldam, who's throwing down a challenge right down the centre of the track. The orange saddlecloth there, the blue colours. And it's Kahila Aldam who's the best of these on ratings at the moment. She looks the best of these on the track as well. Kahila Aldam by a couple of lengths is now just gravitating towards the centre of the track. Not exactly running gun barrel straight, but I don't think it's going to matter. Kahila Aldam is well clear, and as they race up towards the line, Kahila Aldam simply too strong for them in this company. Kahila Aldam, a very easy winner indeed in the hands of Asil Al Sahani. But they're off and racing now through the early stages of this 1600-metre contest, and good headway in the early part of the race from Halyar from that inside draw. Another one that's made early progress is Al Nishar there towards the rail. Right round the outside, rushing into a posse is Sejar in the green colours, and it's Sejar that's come through to pick it up here to Salam Allah towards the outside. Then right up the inner there in third position and going quite nicely is Al Nishar with that inside run. Also there in the yellow and red colours is Safwat Lahad as we make their way towards the end of the back straight. Right at the rear of the field is Alusa. Also towards the back at the moment is Tazim, and another one that's towards the back and wide is Tours. So they're making this long sweeping bend, and it's Sejar in the hands of Alexis Moreno that leads at the moment. To in second position, right up the inside there is Al Nishar in the pink saddlecloth. Towards the outside now, Amir Al Maidan is making headway, the orange saddlecloth. There then followed also in the ruck by Salam Allah, who's still not too far away. And also now getting into this is Salute Macho, making the swing for home though. It's Sejar that leads, the Salute Macho in second, in between the pair Al Nishar. These three have gone on. Almir Al Maidan is trying to stay on. Another one getting going from the back of the field is Lafita. Down towards the closing stages they come now, and it's Salute Macho who's hit the front. Salute Macho goes on by a couple of lengths to Al Nishar, who's battling on bravely in second, and then in third Amir Al Maidan, plenty finishing. Along with them is Wafi Along, who's absolutely flying it. Wafi Along, oh yes. and racing over the 1600 metres and making their way through the early part of the race. Sam Al Garif in the red and white colours got away quite well. Another good starter is Helm Abdullah, the reserve, towards the outside as well. Pushing on is Mutajadil in those beige and pink colours. Then towards the outside, the red cap there is prominent of Flash One, moving into a decent posse as they make their way through the first couple of furlongs. Taif Al Janoub is another one who's up with a pace at the moment. Towards the back of the field, Abu Tayyib doesn't have too many behind it, and also towards the rear of the field is Al Rahawi. But they're quite well strung out here. One that's pushing through up the inside, the lilac jacket, is Dars. So it's Dars that goes on to Mutajadil, who's racing in second. Then towards the outside in third, Taif Al Janoub. Then after that in fourth spot is Yabahom in those distinctive green blinkers. That's your leading quartet. Fakir Salah towards the outside is also not too far away. As they start to make the turn, they'll be swinging for home very shortly. And it's Dars right up the inside rail, cut all the corners, leads them at the moment to Taif Al Janoub racing in second. Yabahom is now making nice headway into third position. Then from the back of the field, trying to get going is Fa'at in the striped jacket and is taking aim down the centre of the track. But it's Dars over on the far side that leads at the moment to the 11, Taif Al Janoub, who's now drawn alongside. Fa'at continues to make progress down the centre of the track, is just hanging a little bit. It's Taif Al Janoub to Farhat, who's getting closer with every stride. Farhat and Taif Al Janoub, they've paired off these two. Farhat, the sheepskin noseband on the inside. Taif Al Janoub is battling back to far. Farhat and Taif Al Janoub at the line tight. And racing. Yes, they're often racing. Unfortunately, we didn't catch the start of that, but they are racing now. George's Rascal has got away very well. Also prominent in the early stages is Mekbas right up the inner. Survivalist is also prominent as well. Very wide is Call Me Mischievous. Kamra Al Mohammedia is in mid-division at the moment. The orange saddlecloth, the green cap. Towards the rear of the field, right at the back, is Ez to Wake. And also towards the back of the field is Al Bayroni. Through the first 800 metres in 48.31 seconds. And it's up the inside now, going on into a good position. Mekbas just about the lead. But here now towards the outside as well comes Darazani. And it's Darazani who's hit the front. Two in second position. Towards the outside is Survivalist, who's been there from the start. Right round the outer is Call Me Mischievous. That's your leading trio. They're then followed in fourth position by Mayard, who's not too far away. Now getting going is Kamra Al Mohammedia, but does have a bit of work to do from there. And here comes Labe as well, throwing down a challenge, making the turn for home. Darazani just about the leader, but here right round the houses comes Labe, who's quickly taken it up and goes on by a couple of the rents. The rest don't appear to have much by way of a riposte. Al-Qazi staying on, then Kamra Al Mohammedia as well, but it's Labe for Alexis Moreno, who leads by about 4 lengths to a staying on Al-Qazi in second. Also staying on from the back is Burkhan, but as a race up towards the line, Labe looks to have put this to bed with that wide move as they turn for home, and Labe goes on to score. Flags are raised, they're off and racing for the 10th on the card. Good start from Afaf in the yellow and black colours. Cupid's Charismatic Cutie is also away well, as indeed is Slael in the grey colours. The green jacket of Dreams Unwind is up with the pace and pulling quite hard. Sar Al Taif is also up with the pace as they make their way through the early part of the race. Wash Meyer is right at the back of the field. Update is towards the rear, as indeed is Shiblat Jalila in the red colours. Through the opening 400 metres in 25.88 seconds. And it's Paradise Rowe who's now come through to lead here in the hands of Alexis Moreno. Two on the outside, the striped jacket there, the white distinguishing cap of Mawa Keat. Also prominent is Cupid's Charismatic Cutie. Bojink gets a first mention towards the outside. outside, followed then by Slael, who's racing in fifth. Then up the inside, Dreams Unwind. Now just shunted back through the field a little bit is Sar Al Taif. That one appears to be going backwards rather than forwards. Then Miss Fahala trying to get a little bit closer. Al Aziza, the orange cap, is just making a little bit of ground, and Al Jahara towards the outside as well. But the lead remains with Paradise Row out in front by about a length. The Cupid's Charismatic Cutie. Then Mawakit round the outside, racing in third. Bojink is towards the outer there. The red cap coming 3 or 4 horses wide. Al Aziza, the orange cap, is in around about fifth at the moment. Dreams Unwind for Tariq Al Mansour is trying to make a little bit of headway, but none goes better than this leader. Paradise Row out in front by about 4 lengths. To in second position, Mawakit, who's boxing on. Dreams Unwind continues to tick him off. Then Bojink down the centre of the track is Slael. One that's trying to get going late as well is Sar Al Taif as they make their way down towards the latter stages of this contest. It's Paradise Row who's well clear. Paradise Row by 5 or 6 lengths. In second now is Slael. Sanuja is staying on from the back as well, but up towards the line, Paradise Row seized initiative a long way out and never ceded it. Ready, gates back, and away they go. Rather slowly away was Azar. The 5 horse are now just taken even further back. Shibble Shamek was a little bit tardy out the gates, but now just nestles up in around about 4th or 5th spot there. Spot the grey horse in the brown and white colours. The lead, though, is in the possession of Badi Gudar. So it's Badi Gudar that goes on here to Kara Al-Khaladia, who sits in second with a big white face. Those two have just moved on by 4 or 5 lengths to a line of horses disputing third. Sula Al-Order being one of them. Towards the outside, the starred jacket of Muta Rafid, one of the other grey horses in the race. Another one that's relatively prominent is Jalma de Violet. Still at the back of the field, the green colours there of Azar, and also towards the back is Shabri El Hazam. So they're making their way towards the end of the back straight, and the lead is with Badi Gudar, now just by a length and a half or so. The Kara Al-Khaladia, noticeable the chasing pack have caught up somewhat as well. Jacques Desarnais in the yellow and blue colours is racing on the inside of Jalma de Violet towards the outer. Then Sula Alord, who's got a little bit closer. Then Shibble Shamek, who's also getting nearer to the action at the head of affairs. And towards the back, Jalma de Violet now being nudged along. The 9 Spree Al Hazam has never really been in this in any sensible manner. And right at the back of the field is Azar. So they're making the turn round this long sweeping bend here at Riyadh, and it's Badi Gudar who continues to hold the call. Now getting the rail, Shibble Shamek up the inside. Kara Al-Khaladia is racing on the outer there in third. Driven along, Sula Al-Order is racing in fourth. Now just being asked 1 or 2 questions, Jacques Desarnais, the yellow and blue colours, and answers not forthcoming at the moment. Mutafarid round the outside tries to get a little bit nearer as well. Down the lane they come very shortly. Shibble Shamek just about the leader by a neck or so to Badi Gudar, who's battling on despite leading for most of the way. Kara Al-Khaladia down the centre of the track now looks like a likely challenger, but over on the far side it's Shibble Shamek as we look at them, who leads by about a length and a half. The Kara Al-Khaladia in second, Badi Gudar in third. The rest are strung out like Monday morning washing. Inside the final furlong they go, and it's Shibble Shamek by 4 or 5 lengths. Shibble Shamek just getting a little bit reluctant to go on in the closing stages, but will score anyway. Kara Al-Khaladia has finished in second. Badi Gudar, the long-time leader, in third. And they're off and racing. Very, very slowly away there was Ajbathom, who's given away a load of ground at the start. and is not really going a yard at the moment as they make their way through the early stages. La Chawar has got away well and leads. Also prominent is Cabart in the green colours. They're followed by Aishman, who's racing in fourth. Right round the outside is Mojazez, who's in danger of taking this turn very wide indeed. Also prominent towards the outer is Mashdud, another who's getting round that turn 5 or 6 horses wide as they try and sort themselves out round this bend. Towards the rear of the field, Sabil Al-Khair. Also towards the back is Alsha Masaya as they make the turn and head down the far side now. And the lead, marginally, is with Cabart in the green colours to up the inner in second. La Chawar, and it's La Chawar, the blue colours, to the green of Cabart. These two about 3 lengths on to Naha Al-Aid, who gets the first mention now in the yellow and red colours. Still prominent towards the outer as we look at them is Mojazez in those green colours. The white and green silks of Aishman still not too far away, as indeed is Altha Mayar, who's in the black sleeves and black cap and just inches a little bit closer. So they make their way down the far side of the track, and it's Cabot who's retaken the lead here to in second position up the inside La Chawar in the hands of Nawef Al-Mudiani. These two have been duking it out for most of the way so far. Naha Al-Aid is racing in third position. Then towards the outer in fourth spot, Mojazez and Thurbal Timyat. Then towards the outer, the blue cap that's getting a little bit closer now is Mashdud, but just being ridden along to try and improve that posse. One that's heading in the right direction is Caraman in the yellow and black colours, but needs to do quite a bit from there. So they're starting to make the turn for home, and looming large is Naha Al-Aid in the blue blinkers, who quickly goes on by a couple of lengths now to the long-time leader Cabot, who's racing in second. Now rather tired in third is La Chawar, the 16 horse. They're then followed by Esther, who's trying to stay on, but as they come towards the latter stages, looks like the bird might have flown here. Naha Al-Aid is well clear and piling on the pressure out in front. 7, 8, 9, 10 lengths the advantage as they race up towards the line deep inside the final furlong, and this is going to go in no uncertain terms to Naha Al-Aid, a very easy winner.